It's a combination of ravens, death, curses, and French people.
Oh, well, shit.
The scariest of all people. Have you never heard of the Hapsburg curse?
This is mad French.
The House of Hapsburg. It's actually Habsburg. But for some reason in America, we like to put a P in there and call it Hapsburg. But it's actually Habsburg.
Rolls off the tongue.
America puts their P in everything.
Hey-o.
Well,
USA.
Also, there is a pronunciation guide if two consonants are together in a word. For instance, raspberry. You say the first consonant, so after the A, it's the S, so you don't say rasp. And also, often, it's pronounced often. So that might be just...
I say often.
I say often.
I say with a T.
Yeah, all the time. Often I do. Now, the House of Habsburg, or House of Austria, held the throne of the Holy Roman Empire from 1438 to 1806.
It's quite a significant
Quite a long time. Quite a long time.
Years, yeah.
How long ago?
From 1438 to 1806.
Good
so
run.
damn near, almost 400 years. Now, since they've got such a history that spans, several centuries, I'm not going to delve that far into their reign because there's just way too much to go through. But instead, I want to focus on something that they evidently knew a thing or two about. Curses. And I'm not just talking about their appearance because they were the most inbred mofos you could find. They really believed in keeping the bloodline pure, and so they were some ugly sons of bitches. Like they had this Habsburg jaw, where they had this weird jutting jaw. They had if you look at all the portraits of them, and when they did portraits, the portraits were supposed to be kind and to do, show them in the best light, and they still look terrifying in these portraits.
Aww.
You look at all these portraits of them, and it's like,
Some guy tries to show up, like, here you go, look at this. And she's like, is that really?
yeah, did you have to, with the face, notice the face?
Can you not?
Emperor Franz Joseph was lucky enough to have a curse of his very own, the curse of Carolee. Countess Carolee had a son who was executed by Franz for participating in a Hungarian uprising.
Wow.
Hey, man, I'm half Hungarian, so I represent.
I was going to say, let's do it, Hungarians.
Let's
Well
do
done.
this. Let's get together.
Fucking revolution.
A prize.
We're not just goulash anymore. Now, she confronted Franz at a state ball and cursed him thusly. She shouted out. Now, I found a few different versions of the curse. This is the one I went with because I love this one the best. May heaven and hell blast your happiness. May your family be exterminated. May you be smitten in the persons of those you love best. May you be smitten in the persons of those you love best. May your children be brought to ruin and your life wrecked. And yet may you live on in lonely, unbroken, horrible grief. Too terrible when you recall the name of Carolee.
Wow.
That's that next level shit where you say, you know what? I hate you so much. I hope you never die.
You never die and you
Yeah.
live in misery.
I want
with
everyone around you to
love.
die, and you get to experience all of it.
So basically,
That's
just
the worst.
I hope you never die. It's just like, it's like, oh.
So you just be sad. For
Everyone
her.
just sees you as like
Shit.
the old woman or the old man, and no one talks to you.
a shell of yourself.
Yeah, and you just can't fucking die.
You're getting older and older.
Now, of course, when she did this, she was quickly grabbed by the guards and drug away. And as she was being drugged away, she yelled, "It will come to pass!" Just like, shit's happening!
Yeah.
And so, from that point on, there was a litany of accidents, deaths, and cases of insanity within the family.
So again, who was this that was like cursing? Was it?
Her name was Countess Carolee, and her son was executed by Franz for participating in a Hungarian uprising.
Wow.
And so, in the case of insanity, when you got that much inbreeding, there's gonna be some insanity.
There's a little bit of inbreeding.
Like some of them, they had to keep out of the public eye because they were just completely had no mental faculties at all. Just had just big ugly chins, drooling all over the place.
The majority of them, though, you're like, he's French. He's mad French. You're like, yeah.
They made fun of the Habsburgs on 30 Rock. Actually, it's like a
Really?
Cloaked reference. Like they have a Hapsburg like at this gala in New York, and one of the characters like is trying to like seduce him because he's super wealthy. Family or whatever. Played by Paul Rubens.
Yes.
He's in a wheelchair. He's like drooling the whole time.
He was a Habsburg?
He was a Habsburg.
Awesome!
Nice.
No
Really?
shit!
What a callback!
Holy shit.
That's
Chester
amazing.
Charleston.
30 Rock.
They're on it. Now, just a short list includes these. You got Maximilian von Habsburg, shot. Maria von Wickelbach, she went mad. King Ludwig of Bavaria went mad and drowned. Duchess of Alencon burned to death.
Duchess of Al-Anon.
She's just trying to
Flowers
help.
for Algernon.
Flowers, yes. Paris Hilton. Thank you. Everyone was there.
They were all there. And then Elizabeth Hapsburg was murdered. Her son died by suicide. Now, since her son had no heir, succession passed to Archduke Karl Ludwig of Austria and his issue, a little dude you may have heard of, Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh,
Who
So,
was
Carl
assassinated by Principe. It was the fulcrum to World War One.
Yep.
Put out that badass album in like 2003.
2004,
2004.
2003,
That just really kind of
2004.
dropped off after that.
No, what are you?
Yeah.
It's a good album.
Now, of course, Carl died of typhoid in the assassination of Franz, as we said, was the start of WW1. And it's even said that the vehicle he was assassinated in carries its own curse. Like anyone who had that vehicle afterwards died in horrible ways. So there's just that curse just kept on
They didn't
going.
have any like curse advisors. It's like, all right, he's cursed, and that's a cursed Jeep, and your whole family was cursed from before, so you guys shouldn't ride together or something. There's
Yeah.
no like, they need like a
Curse Advisor.
yeah, exactly, like a spiritual
Like an
sort of-
app. Like an app. Have you checked out Curse Advisor?
Oh shit!
.com.
3 curses? We can't do this. 3 curses. We're gonna start World War One. Like we gotta. I can't ride in that Jeep.
There is one curse to rule them all when it comes to the Habsburgs, and that's the curse of the Ravens. It all goes way back, all the way to the castle that gave the Habsburg their name. Now, as legend goes, one day the Count of Altenburg went hunting in the mountains. He began to chase his quarry and soon found himself alone and too far ahead of his hunting party, basically got lost. Now, while among the rocks, he was attacked by a large group of vultures that were defending their nests. And if you've ever seen a vulture up close, they are big, ugly,
I have.
nasty freaking birds,
I have.
man. Same here. They are big, ugly, nasty birds with a huge wingspan.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, that wingspan is like
They have dinosaur hands, like
Yeah.
dinosaur claws.
yeah.
If you've seen them up close, it's a goddamn dinosaur.
They
hand.
haven't changed in centuries.
It's a dinosaur.
Oh.
It's a T-Rex.
So these vultures are attacking him, and so he just kneels to the ground, he covers his head, and he prays for rescue. And at that very moment, a flock of ravens flew in and drove the vultures away.
That's what's up. Corvids, baby.
Yeah. And then they immediately attacked the knight. No, they just chased the vultures away.
And then they just sex with the dead bodies.
They killed the knight and had sex with him. Now, to show his gratitude, the count built a tower in the very spot the altercation happened and named it Hapsburg,
Nice.
which is Vulture's Tower in German.
Habs. So
Why don't you name it after the
Hapsburg.
Ravens?
I know. Why would you name it after the ravens? But no, he named it after the...
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, the count's servants were told to allow ravens to nest in the tower and to feed and to care for them, which they did for 100 years.
Wow.
There are just a butt ton of ravens in this tower. And so 100 years, they kept on feeding him, do everything they could to him. But then his ancestors, they expanded the tower into a full castle, and in the process, they ordered the slaughter of all the ravens.
What?
Yeah, they by some accounts killing thousands of these ravens. They're
Holy
just like
shit.
killing them all in the
Horseshit.
area,
I
just
feel like
killing all the
that's
ravens.
terrible.
If you're worried about curses, like top of the list is like killing 1,000 of anything.
Yeah.
will probably
Yeah, I think
curse you.
Good chance. you
mass
know.
genocide
Yeah,
of
stop
anything.
around 800
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
ravens is probably pretty
Specieside,
high up on
whatever.
that list of
Right.
things. They're
Yeah.
pretty mystical birds.
Yeah, when
Fucking
you-
Nevermore and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
A group of them is called a
Yeah,
freaking
Nevermore.
murder.
No 1,000 of anything that can talk, right?
Yeah.
Like 1,000 chickens, maybe you'll get away with it.
Well, we do that. We just did
Yeah,
that.
we did that today. Yeah.
Right
Tyson
now.
does that like every minute or
Yeah.
something.
He sounds like
Yeah.
a son of a bitch, that Tyson.
Insert Fritz vegetarian right here.
Yeah, but you hate fish. Why do you hate fish so much?
Because they don't think or
Thank
feel.
you.
They're racist.
All fish are not all racists are fish.
All
fish are
racist.
racist.
100%,
We
absolutely.
all know that. Now, from then on, the raven would be the harbingers of doom for the family.
Of course.
These large, some say supernatural ravens, were called turnfalcon,
Yeah, get him.
and they were said to appear
Wait.
during times of death in the Habsburg family.
Turn Falcon?
Turnfalcon, Turnfalken,
Super.
Turnfalcon,
Turn Falcon.
Hold on, one more time. Spell
Eye
that.
of Turnfalcon,
Spell that one more time.
Turnfalken.
K.
Holy shit.
Turnfalken.
That is the
Turnfalken.
Yes.
That's a black metal
Oh,
name.
I
Sure.
love that.
I'm calling Bobby right now.
That means fuck turn.
Yes.
Now, they're said to be they are seen filling the skies and screeching over Marie Antoinette, even following her from the gallows all the way to the guillotine.
She was the last queen of France before the French Revolution.
They were seen at the execution of Emperor Maximilian by firing squad.
Wow.
The Turnfalken were said to appear at every battle the Habsburg were defeated.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
And
Dude,
of
this
course,
is great, yeah.
Metal Bird.
This is metal as fuck,
Yeah.
right?
Turnfalken. Yeah.
And of course, they were seen at the assassination of the Archduke. And only when Franz Joseph, the one who got the double curse, because he got the curse of the Ravens always, and then he got the curse of, what's her name? Only when he died in 1916 did the Ravens disappear from around the castle, and the curse seemed to be lifted. It was never a factor for the Habsburg ever again. And so everything was just hunky-dory after that. And so if there's one thing that we can all learn from the Habsburgs and the Ancient Mariner, don't fuck with birds.
Oh, yeah, because
Just
the
don't.
albatross, right?
The albatross, raven, just don't fuck with birds, okay? You can eat certain
Turn
ones.
albatroskin.
Was that a magic curse you just put on me, Kaz?